Mohammad, please continue with your presentation.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Mohammad Hossain. I'm going to present a project on ethical hacking. Before I'm going to full presentation, I would like to discuss about my project summary. Install and configure a new server in their internal network to support production and operations, and determining the vulnerabilities of the new production server as well as web server, and provide useful examples of how any vulnerabilities could be exploited. Before I'm going to details, I would like to explain my network diagram. Here I have three networks, 1, 2, and 3. One is trusted network, which IP is 192.168.00. And another one is untrusted network. And trusted network, a network consisting of one Kali machine, Kali Linux machine, and one COPC. And I have add, as per the project requirement, I have included the production server inside the trusted network. And I have mentioned that I have another network is untrusted network, Kali untrusted network, which IP address is 172.300.0. And my third network is DMZ network, which encompasses with one Kali machine and web server and DNS server. Web server and DNS server. These three networks interconnected through a router firewall. We use firewall for ensuring network security. So this is my diagram for my project. So as per the project task, I have a scan vulnerability within production server and web server. For this purpose, I used nmap. You have seen that here, nmap command, nmap sv, and I have provided the IP address of production server 192.168.0.17. There's script vuln, and same way I have scanned the vulnerability of web server in the same way. So after the vulnerability scanning, I have found a couple of vulnerability both in production and web server. You have seen the example of the vulnerability. I have found the BSFT PD version 2.3.4 backdoor, slow loris DOS attack, SSL DH farm. In the web server, I have found the BSFT PD version 2.34 backdoor, and I have find the slow loris DOS attack, RMI resist default configuration, remote code execution vulnerability. I have found in the product in the web server, and I have found a high risk factor vulnerability in the web server, SSL TLS MITM vulnerability, which called CCS injection. So these are the vulnerability. After finding the vulnerability, as an ethical hacker, I have choose two vulnerability, both from production server and web server for hacking. For hacking, I have used Metasploit, then search the targeted vulnerability for hacking, then set the R host, then search the R host as production servers and web server, then provide the command exploit as I show in my next slide, like a set R host 192.160.17 and here, and I provide the command exploit and command shell session 1 open. We have seen command shell session 1 open. So So this is my hacked and exploited in web and production server target. And then as per the project requirement, I have created own account in production server. You have seen that I provide them name Imran Cyber, and then Ansari Cyber, the username, and I have created my production server name. Creating own account in production server helps to making control over data and keep data backup in the home server. That's why I create this. And my another task was as a ethical hacker, crack the password. So as part of project requirement, crack password in production server. Before I did it, I had to download 2 files in my machine. You have seen that one is password file and another one is shadow file. For this purpose, I have used the following command. You have seen that command I have used for downloading this file in my computer. After that, I have again used Kali terminal and used John and Reaper for password cracking. You have seen the command for password cracking procedure in my slideshow. And for ensuring set the show option to display all the crack password in the early session completed, I have provided the command John show home Kali desktop John's password. I have seen 5 password hashes cracked and 4 left, and that's why in that way I cracked the password. So my recommendation for this project, one is establish and use a secure connection. When connecting to a remote server, it is essential to establish a secure channel for communication using the secure shell protocol is the best way to establish a protected connection. My second recommendation is secure file transfer protocol. To transfer files to and form a server without danger of hackers compromising or stealing data, it is vital to use file transfer protocol secure FTPS. It encrypts data files and your authentication information. FTPS uses both a command channel and a data channel, and the user can encrypt both. Bear in mind that it only protects file during transfer. As soon as they reach the server, the data is no longer encrypted. For this reason, encrypting the files before sending them adds another layer of security. My third recommendation is established password requirement. The first thing is to set password requirements and rules that must be followed by all members on the server, and do not allow empty or default password. Enforce minimum password length and complexity, and have a lockout policy. Do not store passwords using reversible in encryption. Force session timeout for inactivity, and enable 2-factor authentication. This was my third recommendation. And my fourth recommendation is upgrade software regularly. And my fifth recommendation is set up and maintain a firewall. Set up and set up a firewall during the initial server setup, or when you make changes to the services the server offers. By default, a typical server runs different services, including public, private, and internal services. And that's it. If you have any question and concern, I can answer regarding my project.
That was a very good presentation, Mohammad. Would you be willing to do a demonstration of one of your exploits?
Okay, so now I am stop sharing and I am going to open my project file. to share you again. Stop. Okay, you can. Okay, this is my Kali trusted machine. As I have already explained my network diagram. I have used the Kali trusted machine for exploitation. So I use the terminal. Just 1 minute. Sorry. Okay. So I did the root Kali. Then I'm going to use the Metasploit to exploit vulnerability. So I'm going to open the Metasploit MSF console. It takes, I think, 1-2 minutes to open it. Yeah, now I have searched my, as I already scanned the vulnerabilities, I know what types of vulnerabilities I have. So I can going to search yes, FTPD. Search VS FTPD. Option. Yeah, so option. So I am going to set our host. Set our hosts. One 192.168.0.17 is my production server IP. So I set my R host. So I think I did wrong. Set R host 192.168.0.17.
Set is lowercase, Mohammed.
Okay, sorry. Our host 9, it is case sensitive. 168.0.7. Exploit. Yeah, this is my exploitation demonstration and found shell. You have seen that. That's it. We found the command shell session 1 is open.
All right, very good. Thank you for that demonstration.
Thank you very much for seeing my demonstration.